Hello, Jade.
Hey,
Today,
what's going
today we have Jay Kinder on. Can you go ahead and start out by telling everybody a little bit about yourself and how you
on?
got into real
I'll give
estate?
you, yeah, I'll give you the short version. Yeah, 25 years in the industry of selling real estate. Started out at my dad had just bought a Coldwell Banker right after I got out of high school, and got into sales just to find out that there was a lot to learn about how to get customers, how to build a business. So spent quite a bit of time and most all of my money in those first few years trying to figure out how to find success. Ultimately, getting in the right rooms with the right people, going to events. And it ended up being my best year. I sold 531 homes in 1 year,
Oh,
and
wow.
was a lot of houses. I don't necessarily recommend that, but that was the kind of the peak of my sales as far as the numbers go. Really became more passionate after that around helping other agents sell more houses as opposed to selling more houses myself, and started a coaching and training organization in 2006 with my business partner Michael Reese, and coached and trained a lot of the top people today in the industry one way or another. And just to help agents with their careers. I felt like it was way too hard to figure out by yourself, and that you really if you meet the right people with the right intent on trying to help you, you can have a much more successful career. And been doing that for the better part of the last 15 years now.
All right. Now, how many people did you have on your team selling 530
Yeah.
homes a
Well,
year?
it was a moving target. At its peak, I think we had 20 agents, maybe 21 agents at one point. We averaged usually probably around 12 to 14 agents was really kind of the sweet spot. But yeah, prior to that, I had sold 233 homes. This was a few years earlier, probably 4 years or 5 years earlier. I had sold 233 houses in 1 year with 4 assistants and no team. And so I had my fair share of transactions I was doing, and looking to, get more out of production and have my agents doing more of the business was kind of the goal.
Oh, and you said you moved straight into real estate because most real estate agents, it's second, third, even fourth job.
Yeah.
Uh, Not a whole lot of people go straight into it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I didn't know any better, I guess. But yeah, prior to that, I was basically mowing, rental properties, and I had a landscape business, and that was kind of my, foray. At least I knew how to get around the town. It wasn't a real big town where I was from, but at least I knew where all the addresses were. That helped a little bit.
And you said your father was also a realtor.
Yep.
It's How long did he stay with Caldwell Banker?
Yeah. Till recently, actually, he bought that company in 97. So he bought Coldwell Banker, the franchise, in 97, and had it up until probably 3 or 4 months ago. He moved over to EXP finally. So
Oh,
uh,
wow.
once his agreement was finally up with Coldwell Banker, he was able to move. So he came over to EXP, moved his old business over to EXP just recently.
And you said you also did NAEA,
Yep.
was co-founder in it.
Yep. Yep.
And do you still run it or?
Yeah, so we got a guy that runs most of NAEA. So that's the training and the events and all of that stuff we still handle, and still helping train agents all around the country every day. So, but mainly doing that through events more so than anything now.
Okay, that sounds like you've got a lot on your plate.
There's been a little bit, yeah.
Because I'm actually finishing up one of the books that you co-authored, The
Okay.
Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents, right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
and so you've been an owner, you run a team.
Yep.
What all has changed or been helped since you made your move over to EXP?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that probably the thing that we noticed in business model, especially like helping agents, you could have been in any company and been a client of ours. You could have owned your own independent brokerage. We had a lot of independent team kind of brokerages that we coached over the years, And at a certain point, you're probably trading more money than what you're getting value in. And so we used to tell people to go independent. And I had gone independent from Coldwell Banker in 2011, and we started our own brokerage in Dallas. We were independent. We didn't really see that there was another model that was actually better than being independent, because we didn't see the value in what most of the brokerages brought to the table. And so it wasn't until we really looked at the model and understood, hey, this is not just a better platform for us to run a brokerage on, but it's better for the agent. So it's a better business model for agents. They have the ability to earn stock, a passive income. If you're a top producing agent, you more than likely can be at EXP and get paid to be at EXP instead of paying the brokerage anything. So once we kind of understood the business model, we've been spending most of our time these days helping other people grow their business at EXP instead of them having to pay us money to do that. We just we get paid on the back end. If they're successful and sell some real estate, we get paid a little bit of revenue share from that. And it gives us an incentive to help agents with their success.
And with that, how many agents are in your group now?
So this morning it was 80. I want to say 8,835 is what I saw this morning. So somewhere around that, just under 9,000 agents.
Wow. And how long did it take you looking at EXP before you actually made that move? Because I know for me, Daniel was talking to me about EXP for probably a year.
Right. Yeah.
Before I made up my mind.
Yeah, I think it's about a year. It was about a year. I had talked to, one person that I didn't know real well that was trying to explain the model to me. And then another person that I respected sent it to me just because they thought it was in alignment with what we were kind of trying to do. And then, it wasn't until one of our best clients and my business partner and one of my best friends, Al Stasic, moved over. He ran it by me before he was going to move his brokerage over to it. And it just became, clear at that point. I did the research, really looking at, okay, is this better? If this is better, then that's fine. But if it's not better, I'm going to stop him. And the truth was, when I was looking at it, I wasn't looking at it for me. I was looking at it for him. And it just became clear, man, this might just be the best business model for anybody. And that's what really kind of got my wheels turning and considering it. But yeah, I think until somebody takes the time to really truly understand what is all the value that I'm going to get by making this kind of a change, they tend to not make that decision until that happens.
Yeah, at first when he showed it to me, well, I've known Daniel for probably 20 years, and I knew he had moved over.
Right.
And I started poking around a little bit. I'd seen some of your videos on YouTube.
Right.
And I asked him about, because I knew he'd shut down his own brokerage to come over. And I'm like, explain this to me, because I was looking at starting my own independent office.
Right.
And I was like, God, do I really want to do that?
Right.
All the paperwork, and I just wasn't too keen on that idea.
Yeah.
And he showed it to me. And at first, I didn't really look at it. I skimmed over some stuff.
Yep.
Kind of halfway looked at it.
Yep.
And then he kept after me. And once I saw it, what is it you say? I couldn't unsee it.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So how long have you been over now?
It's been, I guess, June. Well, yeah, we're just over 4.5 years now. So crazy. It seems like, in the real estate industry, time flies, that's for sure. But the last, 4.5 years has been pretty good. It's been pretty good.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think, I'm a little over 2 years now.
Yep.
So, and now you are completely out of production, correct?
Yeah. I stepped out of production in 2011 and really, we were building a pretty big coaching organization. So that's how I was getting paid. But I was and I still had the company. It was still operating. It was still marginally profitable without me in it, which was not easy to do. That was a whole nother set of life lessons to learn there. But that, it's been, been out of production for quite a while. So when we came over, I wasn't in production. We were being compensated by the company that we had built to train agents. And so now, we're less focused on selling anything, and we're all only focused on adding value, which is really what we saw was the opportunity was, hey, if we can help enough agents, become successful, we ought to be able to attract a lot of agents to this company. And turned out that was a good decision. It could have gone either way, I guess, but it worked out.
Absolutely. From what I've seen, and I saw you on stage in Dallas, it looked like it really worked out well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it took a lot of headache off of you too, and stress.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, managing and leading a company of 50 or 60, employees, not to mention a brokerage of agents. There's a lot of wear and tear, on your mind, on your body, on your pocketbook, trying to keep those organizations going. So wouldn't trade it for anything. I mean, all the lessons I learned, got me to this point, but certainly this business model has given me my time freedom, and that's, having two little ones. I got somewhere out there in the yard. I've got an 8-year-old that's selling golf balls right now, but being able to spend that time, with my little ones is something that I didn't have with my older kids because I was so stuck in the real estate business. And so, this business is great, but it can also take away your freedom if you let it. And to me, that's the most important thing. If you don't have your, if you don't have your time freedom, your quality of life isn't there.
Yes, that is absolute truth. And everyone automatically thinks that owning your own business and being a realtor, you have all the time freedom in the world.
It's not necessarily the case.
No, that's not really the case, especially if you're running a brokerage and, like you said, had 50 agents and all this other stuff going on.
Right.
Well, I truly do appreciate your time today.
Yeah, man.
And I will be reaching back out to you another time, man.
You got it, man.
Thank you so much.
Anything I can do for you, or if somebody's interested and wants to learn more, have them reach out to me, or they can reach out to you, whatever the best way to get in contact with is. But, if you're an agent, you're watching this and you want to grow your business, you want to have a better life, we'd love to help you.
All right. Thank you, man.
Okay, man. Yep. We'll see you.
This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.